4 signs your budget needs a serious overhaul. Have you ever felt like your money slips through your fingers, leaving you stressed and uncertain about your financial future? A budget is your financial roadmap, guiding you toward stability, savings, and freedom. But when it's outdated or broken, it can lead you straight into chaos. In today's fast-paced world, where costs rise and unexpected expenses lurk, a solid budget is the cornerstone of financial success. Some people thrive, confidently managing their money with a clear plan, while others struggle, trapped in cycles of stress and shortfall. The difference often lies in a few key signs, clear indicators that your budget is failing you and desperately needs an overhaul. In this article, we're exploring 4 signs, grounded in financial research and insights from reputable sources like the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, NFCC, and studies in Journal of Consumer Affairs, that your budget needs a serious revamp. These aren't just red flags, they're backed by evidence from financial experts like Susie Orman and reports from the Federal Reserve, which highlight how effective budgeting transforms lives. By the end, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own finances, and more importantly, how to rebuild a budget that empowers you to take control and achieve your goals. Stay with us until the end, because you might be overlooking critical warning signs or opportunities to secure your financial future. Recognizing these signs will give you a roadmap to financial clarity and confidence. Let's dive in. Sign 1. You're living paycheck to paycheck. The first sign that your budget needs a serious overhaul is living paycheck to paycheck, where your income barely covers expenses, leaving no room for savings or flexibility. A 2021 Federal Reserve survey found that 36% of Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing, with many stuck in this cycle due to poor budgeting. When you're anxiously waiting for your next paycheck to pay bills, buy groceries, or cover rent, your budget isn't supporting your financial health, it's failing you. Picture 2 co-workers, both 30 years old, earning $50,000 annually. Maya spends every dollar of her paycheck, often dipping into overdraft by month's end, stressed and unable to save. Her budget lacks structure, prioritizing wants over needs. Ethan, however, allocates 50% of his income to essentials, 20% to savings, and 30% to discretionary spending, building a $5,000 emergency fund in 2 years. His budget gives him peace. The NFCC reports that structured budgets reduce paycheck-to-paycheck living by 25%, fostering savings and stability. Why does this matter? Living paycheck-to-paycheck traps you in a cycle of stress, with no buffer for emergencies or goals like homeownership or retirement. A solid budget creates breathing room, prioritizing essentials and savings. The good news? You can break the cycle now. Track your income and expenses for 1 month. If you're spending 100% or more of your income, cut one non-essential, like dining out, by 10%. Follow the 50/30/20 rule. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings or debt repayment. If you're stretched thin, redirect $50 from wants to a savings account this month. Check your finances. Are you living paycheck to paycheck or saving comfortably? If it's the former, restructuring your budget can free you. Sign 2. You can't cover unexpected expenses. The second sign that your budget needs an overhaul is an inability to cover unexpected expenses, like a car repair or medical bill, without borrowing or stress. A 2020 study in Journal of Consumer Affairs found that 40% of households lack savings for emergencies, often due to budgets that neglect contingency planning, leading to debt or financial strain. When a $500 surprise, like a broken appliance, forces you to use credit cards or skip other bills, your budget isn't prepared for life's realities. Imagine 2 friends, both 35 years old. Sarah faces a $600 dental bill but has no savings, so she puts it on a high-interest credit card, adding $200 in interest over a year. Her budget ignores emergencies, leaving her vulnerable. Jake, however, budgets $100 monthly for an emergency fund, accumulating $3,000. He pays the same bill in cash, stress-free. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, notes that emergency savings of $1,000 to $2,000 cut reliance on debt by 30%. Why do emergency funds matter? Life is unpredictable. Car breakdowns, job loss, or health issues don't wait for your budget to catch up. Without a safety net, unexpected costs derail your finances. The good news? You can start building one today. Save $10 weekly in a high-yield savings account. Aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses long-term. If you can't cover a $400 expense without borrowing, Reduce one discretionary cost, like subscriptions, by $20 monthly and redirect it to savings. If you have no fund, open a savings account with $25 this week. Check your preparedness. Can you cover unexpected expenses or rely on debt? If it's debt, an emergency fund can stabilize your budget. If you're finding this insight valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any articles. Let's keep going. Sign 3. Your spending exceeds your income. The third sign that your budget needs a serious overhaul is when your spending exceeds your income, consistently dipping into savings, credit, or loans to make ends meet. A 2019 NFCC survey found that 25% of Americans spend more than they earn, often due to budgets that fail to align expenses with income, leading to debt accumulation. When your monthly outflows, like rent, groceries, and lifestyle costs, surpass your paycheck, your budget is broken, pushing you toward financial instability. Consider two neighbors, both 40 years old, earning $4,000 monthly. Emma spends $4,500, relying on credit cards to cover the gap, racking up $10,000 in debt with 18% interest. Her budget lacks spending limits, causing stress. Noah spends $3,600, tracking every dollar to stay under his income, and saves $400 monthly. His budget empowers him. The CFPB reports that overspending increases household debt by 15% annually, undermining financial security. Why does spending control matter? Spending beyond your means erodes wealth, piling on debt that compounds over time. A budget that caps expenses ensures you live within your income, building stability. The good news? You can rein in spending now. Track 1 month's expenses. If they exceed income, cut 10% from discretionary categories, like entertainment or shopping. Use budgeting apps like Enab or Mint to monitor spending in real time. If you're overspending, identify one high-cost area, like takeout, and reduce it by $30 this month. Check your balance. Does spending stay within income or exceed it? If it's exceeding, tightening your budget can restore control. Sign 4. You haven't updated your budget in months. The fourth and final sign that your budget needs an overhaul is not having updated it in months, letting it stagnate despite changes in income, expenses, or goals. A 2021 study in Journal of Financial Counseling and Planning found that regularly updated budgets improve financial outcomes by 20% as they adapt to life shifts, like a raise, new bills, or rising costs. When your budget hasn't been revisited in 6 months or more, it's likely outdated, failing to reflect your current reality and leading to mismanagement. Picture two siblings, both 45 years old. Ava created a budget a year ago but hasn't touched it, unaware that rising rent and grocery costs have thrown it off. She struggles to save, frustrated. Liam reviews his budget quarterly, adjusting for a new car payment and increased income, keeping his savings on track for a $20,000 vacation fund. His budget evolves with him. Susie Orman emphasizes that budgets must be living documents, updated at least every 6 months to stay effective. Why do updates matter? Life changes, job switches, inflation, or new goals render static budgets obsolete, causing leaks in your plan. Regular updates keep your budget relevant, aligning with your reality. The good news? You can refresh your budget now. Review your budget. If it's over 6 months old, list changes in income, e.g., a raise, or expenses, e.g., higher utilities, and adjust allocations. Set a reminder to check it every 3 months. If you haven't updated, spend 15 minutes today revising one category, like groceries. Check your budget. Is it current or outdated? If it's stale, updating it can revitalize your finances. If you're still with me and finding this valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Your support keeps us going, and I'd love for you to subscribe and turn on the bell to stay updated with more insights. Let's wrap this up. Final thoughts. Now that you know these 4 signs, living paycheck to paycheck, inability to cover unexpected expenses, spending exceeding income, and an outdated budget, take a moment to assess your own finances. Are you managing your money with a budget that supports savings, stability, and goals? Or do you see warning signs like overspending, no emergency fund, or a stale plan holding you back? The good news is that a budget overhaul is within your reach, and every step builds a stronger financial foundation. A well-crafted budget isn't just about numbers, It's about freedom, confidence, and the power to shape your future, whether that's a debt-free life, a dream vacation, or a secure retirement. A solid financial plan means less stress and more opportunities to live the life you want. Don't wait for a financial crisis to act. Start today, cut one expense, save $10 for emergencies, or update your budget to reflect a recent change. If your budget is failing, pick one sign to address and watch your control grow. Every choice, whether it's tracking spending or building a safety net, moves you closer to financial mastery. Overhaul your budget today, and watch your future shine tomorrow.